Morning, ladies and gentlemen, Wendy here, Stampin' Up demonstrator living in Narberth, Pembrokeshire, Wales. Sorry the camera's jiggling about a bit. And today I'm going to be doing my block stroke peg stamping and using this one, the Thoughtful Blooms. It's the best one ever, I think, to do these sort of patterns on. And it's a freebie. If you go into my online store, which is down below there somewhere, I'll put a link down there. Then if you spend £45, then there are various items that you can get for free. There's stamps, there's papers. If you spend £90, then you can get a few more things as well. So that's that stamp, and I'm using pumpkin pie, Highland heather, and this is melon mambo. Yeah, it is. And then old olive for the greenery. How I came by these colours was that Stampin' Up do something called a colour coach, and it's excellent for people like me who are slightly colourblind, because I put in Highland heather and it then came up with pumpkin pie and melon mambo, so I know that those three go together, doesn't matter what. Right, then I'm starting now with the biggest plain stamp. Let's see if I can do it right this time, shall we? Keep checking the blocks that there isn't any ink around it. Now, I know I've got a bit squiffy with that, but it's just a guide and I'll rub it out afterwards. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp once, lift it, turn it very slightly and stamp again. The more you do this, the more you'll be able to, you'll fathom out where things are, because they're photopolymer. You can see through them, and I'm not very good at this, but I get a flower usually in the end. So stamp once, turn it, and stamp again. Stamp once, turn it, stamp again. One, two, three, four, and then I'll do the fifth one here, because the odd numbers are better. Oh, drat, I took that off too soon, didn't I? I forgot to turn it and re-stamp. Yeah, the last one's the best, of course. Right, I'm just going to give my stamp a quick clean. And then the next one I'm going to use is this little one next to it, that one there. And I'm going to be using, for that one, I'm going to be using the Highland heather. And these new ink pads are very good. They're much easier to open than the old ones were. And then we're going to do the same again with this one. We're going to stamp it, turn, and stamp again. I've left a bit too big a gap there, but I'm sure we'll fill it in with something. Stamp it, just turn it ever so slightly and stamp again. I think I need to get a re-inker for this. It's my favourite colour, and I've used it and used it and used it. So no wonder it's run out. Well, running out as it isn't quite gone yet. I'm hoping now that you can see what I'm doing there. So I'm stamping, lift, turn it a little bit so you can see, just about see the other petals, and stamp it. Probably like that, the last one of these will come out perfectly. Stamp and yeah, no, it didn't this time, but never mind. So that's those two stamped. Now then I'm going to go now to what looks like, where are you? Where have you gone? There you are. That one there. Looks like a carrot leaf. Stalk, stem. I'm not sure what they're called, but it looks like a carrot. Put that on my these little blocks, these are these are the smallest ones that Stampin' Up do, and they're ideal for doing with these stamps. If the block, sorry, is too big, then there's always the fear that you're going to get ink on your block, and then the ink block goes onto the stamp, goes onto the paper then. Right. Yeah. Oh, bother. That wasn't meant to happen, was it? Never mind, I'm sure we can get round that. And then I'm going to put this in between the Highland Heather and the Melon Rambo. Don't worry about any little bits that are, any little bits of pencil that's showing, because we could get rid of them afterwards. It's starting to look a bit different now, isn't it? And if you try this and you don't succeed first time, then keep trying, because I suppose we would like to do everything symmetrical and things have to be in the right place and stuff, but you know, with this it doesn't have to be, so you can you need to practice not being perfect, if that makes sense. Right, another one there. Look, I made a smudge there, but we can clean that up. And then we'll take that up, put that up there so I don't lose it. I've finished with the green ink, so I'll put that out the way. And right, you see these little dots here? I found out the other day that these actually fit on top of the carrot top. Now, where have they gone? The only problem with little stamps is little stamps get hidden and lost and that sort of thing. So, right. Again, dab it, little bunny hops. And then I try and line up the top one. I try to line that one up and that one up. And if you do that, then you've got a pretty good chance of getting it where you want it to be. Turn the paper as you go, or piece of card as you go, because that does make it easier to line things up rather than trying to twist your arm, or not your arm, twist your wrist. It's another grey and miserable day here in Pembrokeshire. It's rained all night. Not heavy rain, but it's that horrible mizzly drizzle stuff. 2 more to go. 1 and 1 more. There we are. Now the only thing left now is to get the little butterfly. This butterfly isn't in this stamp set, so I've got it from somewhere and I still haven't found out where it's come from. So again, little bunny hops in there, and because I've made that splodge there, I'm going to straddle the corner with the butterfly on all 4 corners. Bits everywhere today too. There we are. And now then, when you're doing, oh dear, when you do anything like this, then try and have a sentiment in mind, and then you can leave. Oh, come out. You could leave a gap then. This is a bit of a big stamp, but a big block, I mean, but it'll do for now. And I'm using black Memento ink. Now then, this one says, oh, let me put this down first, otherwise it'll go all wrong again. There we are, but And it says, I'm always amazed but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. There we are. Now like I said, we get this now onto our card base. First of all, the dark blue one. Put plenty of glue on, but don't go too close to the sides, because what happens is when you press it down, it sort of goes spludge. Do you like my spludges, don't I? Now what I do with my cards and mats and toppers, I measure the card base and then I go down in increments of a centimetre. See, that's why there's two sides to a card, just for Wendy. And then you get nice border. I was a feet and inches girl, but I've been dragged kicking and screaming into metric system because it is easier to work out. Right, just line that up and put something. Where's that tissue gone? Oh, I'll use that. Another fail. Just so that you can press it without smudging it. Right, let's hope now that this downloads. Okay, and there we are. Oops, sorry. And there we are, the finished card. I hope you like it and you have fun, as much fun making it as I did. Thank you for watching. See you again. Bye.